Do you often find yourself trapped in a loop of unhealthy behaviors and patterns, unable to break free? Are you tired of feeling like you're stuck in a cycle of repetition, making the same mistakes over and over again? If so, you're not alone. Many people struggle with breaking free from negative patterns that hold them back from reaching their full potential. But fear not, because understanding the psychological mechanisms behind these patterns can provide valuable insights and empower you to make lasting changes in your life. Dr. J here. Welcome back to my channel, where we talk about all things behavior, self-improvement, with a lot of psychology and a lot of strategies. So with that, let's explore a little bit more about how to break these patterns for self-improvement. Psychological research suggests that our behaviors are often influenced by unconscious motives and past experiences. These deeply ingrained patterns can be difficult to identify and even harder to change. However, by delving into the realm of psychology, we can uncover the underlying causes of these patterns and develop effective strategies for overcoming them. One fundamental principle of psychology that can help us understand unhealthy patterns is the concept of conditioning. According to classic conditioning theory, behaviors become ingrained through repeated associations with specific stimuli. For example, if you consistently turn to food for comfort during times of stress, you may develop a pattern of emotional eating that is difficult to break. Similarly, operant conditioning, proposed by behaviorist B.F. Skinner, teaches us that behaviors are reinforced or punished based on their consequences. So in operant conditioning, behaviors are either strengthened or weakened depending on the consequences they follow them. This process occurs through reinforcement and punishment. Reinforcement is when a behavior is increased by the likelihood that that behavior occurs again in the future. Reinforcement can be positive, involving the addition of something desirable, praise, rewards, or negative, involving the removal of something undesirable, alleviating discomfort, avoiding punishment, things like that. Punishment, conversely, decreases the likelihood of a behavior occurring again in the future. Punishment can also be positive, involving the addition of something undesirable, like scolding or fines, or negative, involving the removal of something desirable, lost privileges, times out. So remember, in this case, the use of positive is adding something, and negative is referring to removing. Understanding the principles of operant conditioning can shed light on the motivations behind our behaviors. For example, if someone finds themselves procrastinating on tasks, they might examine the consequences that follow their behavior. Perhaps they experience temporary relief from stress by avoiding the task, which is negative reinforcement. Or maybe they avoid the task to prevent the discomfort of failure, negative punishment. By identifying these underlying motivations, individuals can gain insight into why they engage in certain behaviors and begin to make more intentional choices. Moreover, recognizing the role of reinforcement and punishment in shaping behavior empowers individuals to modify their environments to support positive change. By implementing strategies to reinforce desired behaviors and reduce the reinforcement of undesired behaviors, individuals can gradually shift their habits and patterns towards more adaptive and fulfilling outcomes. Incorporating an understanding of operant conditioning into our self-improvement efforts allows us to move beyond simply recognizing our behaviors to understand the underlying mechanisms that drive them. By unpacking the why behind our actions, we can take meaningful steps towards creating lasting change in our lives. So, if engaging in a certain behavior leads to positive outcomes, such as temporary relief from stress or anxiety, you're more likely to continue that behavior in the future, even if it ultimately has negative consequences. Wild, right? But that's how our human brain works. But understanding the psychology behind unhealthy patterns is only the first step. So, to truly break free, we must also implement practical strategies for change. One powerful approach to tackling unhealthy behaviors is cognitive behavior therapy. CBT is based on the premise that our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are interconnected, and that changing one can lead to changes in the others. So that's kind of cool, right? Because it's very proactive and you're doing one thing that leads to many others. So in CBT, individuals work with a therapist to identify and challenge negative thought patterns and develop more adaptive ways of thinking and behaving. Research has shown that CBT can be highly effective in treating a wide range of psychological issues, including like depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. Because by helping individuals recognize and change the distorted thinking patterns that contribute to their unhealthy behaviors, CBT empowers them to take control of their lives and create a positive change. These general principles of CBT can also be applied to any garden variety ingrained behaviors that we want to change, offering a structured and evidence-based approach to overcoming even the most deeply rooted patterns. So here's some key principles of CBT that you can apply to overcome unhealthy patterns in your own life. First, identify automatic thoughts. Pay attention to the thoughts that pop into your head automatically in response to certain situations. These automatic thoughts often reflect underlying beliefs and assumptions that may be contributing to your unhealthy patterns. 2. Challenge negative beliefs. Once you've identified your automatic thought, challenge them with evidence and logic. Ask yourself if there are alternative explanations for the situation that is more balanced and realistic. Third, behavioral experiments. Experiment with new behaviors and ways of thinking to test out your beliefs. For example, if you believe that you're not capable of handling stressful situations, try breaking down a stressful task into smaller, manageable steps and see how it goes. Mindfulness and acceptance is the fourth. Practice mindfulness techniques to help you stay present in the moment and observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Accept that uncomfortable thoughts and emotions are a natural part of life, and focus instead on how you can respond to them in a healthy and constructive way. And finally, look at coping skills training. So learn and practice coping skills to help you manage stress, anxiety, and other difficult emotions. This may include things as simple as relaxation techniques, assertiveness training, or even problem-solving skills. By incorporating these principles into your daily life, you can begin to break free from unhealthy patterns and create a brighter future for yourself. Remember, change takes time and effort, but with determination and persistence, you can overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. In conclusion, understanding the psychology of unhealthy patterns is the key to unlocking lasting change in your life. By delving into the underlying causes of these patterns and implementing practical strategies for change, you can break free from the cycle of repetition and create a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and joy. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe or hit that like button to my channel so we can get you more tips on self-improvement